So, hi guys, Steve 50 here again. Literally, the full-time whistle has just gone on the West Ham Villa game, and West Ham have won 4-1. Cracking start, Ben Johnson's goal. Some people were saying, oh, did he intend to cross it? No, he went for that. Super goal. And then West Ham, in their own inimitable fashion, concede their first goal in 6 games. I think Fornals could have done a bit better on the right to cut out the cross. He was absolutely skinned. Then we wandered down the other end and Deck pops up with a goal. And I think the keeper should have done better for both goals, actually, from Villa's point of view. I think both were savable, and not to save one of them, not that I'm complaining, but yeah, I think at that point we hadn't ridden our luck to be 2-1 up, but I think some poor keeping helped us. Into the second half, the main point was the sending offs. I thought the player actually got the red card. I thought it was a bit harsh, but I thought this forearm smash on Pablo Fornals, I thought that was a stonewall red. So I'm not quite sure how that worked out. But then, credit to Villa, they absolutely gave it everything. For quite a bit of that second half, you couldn't tell which team had 10 men. I thought we were pretty poor, to be honest. Then we have the melee where Jared Bowen, I think, pushes, is it John McGinn, to the floor, and 4 players are booked. Then we get our 3rd and 4th goal in fairly quick succession, and it's game over. What did I think of the performance? I didn't think we were very good, actually. Particularly when they went down to 10 men. We didn't control the game well. We've got an extra man, so we can pass it around, run the legs out of them, but we didn't. And we carried on going toe to toe with them. Don't misunderstand me, I think the mark of a good side is to win when you haven't played well. But I do think this 2 games a week is starting to take its toll on quality. I was at the first home game of the season against Leicester, and it was beautiful that night to watch West Ham play. They passed, they moved, they really looked like a good creative team. And against City, I thought we looked pretty decent, but today I think it was a lot of effort and a lot of running around and playing hard. I think Villa tried to kick us into the middle of next week, so that didn't make great play easy either. And I don't think Villa were as bad as I expected them to be. In fact, I thought in places they were quite good. I know people say Dean Smith's under pressure, but it's a bit ridiculous, surely. He's lost Jack Grealish. Okay, they've spent the Grealish money, but not awful by Villa. And if they play like they did today, okay, the scoreline 4-1 looks like they've been stuffed out of sight. But if they put that endeavour in, they're going to beat teams. They're going to be okay. As for us, well, we're up to 3rd in the league. Well, not 3rd in the league. Same points as City, behind them on goal difference, though we didn't do our goal difference any harm today. What do I think going forward for us as a club? Well, we do need an out-and-out striker. We're just lacking something right at the front of our attack. The front players are good, but we just need something extra. It's that sort of X factor Lingard gave us when he was at his best. And if we get someone in like that, I think we've got a good chance for a top 4 push. I think we've got a good chance anyway. Am I happy with the result? Yeah, I'm delighted. Am I happy with the performance? It was very workmanlike. We went toe to toe with them, and from a Villa side that really were at times very physical, I think we matched them. I think on occasions we lacked composure, but yeah, I'm really happy. And on to Thursday now. If we win that, we then win our European group, and we can rest some players. We don't have to do any more there, and then we can focus a bit more on our league form and play at our best there. It's hard to say, it seems really silly to say, but it was a scrappy 4-1 win, and you don't often get a 4-1 score line and think it's scrappy. Performance, not so great. Result, outstanding. I think we're going to have our work cut out against Liverpool, though, because we're going to have played on Thursday. I think it's away this time, and then we've got a team that are absolutely on fire. But with 3 points clear in fourth place, and we're there on merit. Absolutely brilliant season carries on, and all I've got to say is come on you Irons, and please subscribe to the channel for Gatesy and Duke, who put an awful lot of effort into what they do.
October 31st, Halloween night, and do you know what? Villa's defence, it was bloody shite. It was rubbish, wasn't it? No, that's hang on. Let me. There we go. Fun intro for you there. It wasn't awful, to be fair to them. I think Villa held out pretty well. They were better than I thought they would be. You know, a team out of form, struggling a lot. I felt like it was going to be a bit of a rout to some extent. But I think, to be fair, they first half, before it all went completely wrong for them, they battled hard. They fought hard, and when they played the ball quickly, we didn't really know what to do. There was some swift interchanges, some swift passing, and I felt like that was when they were at their strongest. We couldn't press them like we usually would. We couldn't attack them like we usually would. It just wasn't fit and firing on all cylinders. But to be honest with you, all that went away because I'm a relatively calm individual. I'll be honest with you, I am a really genuinely quite a calm individual. I don't usually tend to get too riled up. I don't tend to get too angry about these things. I was furious with the way they played in that second half, Villa. They were so aggressive. You want to talk about true Halloween frights? Villa, Halloween fright, more like Halloween fight, mate. They were just attacking us. He was mad. Concert came in, forearm, flipping house, dragged down. That wasn't too violent. That was just a professional. You took a red card, but you really shouldn't have there. Flipping Matt Target hit a zigzag at one point on Antonio before one of the goals. John McGinn, they were just mad aggressive. They were just really aggressive. They really wanted a scrap, and they didn't get one. Shame, in your face. Again, I don't usually get very angry, but for some reason, that whole situation wound me up something fierce. It really did. I can't lie to you. But we come away 4-1, and I mean, it's another example of a game where we haven't played super well, and yet have also bantered a team off the pitch, just beat them quite comfortably. You know, it's another good example of that. You know, we've seen it with Spurs, we've seen it with other teams, Leeds, where we've not really done too well, and yet we've come away with a comfortable victory. We won that relatively comfortably, and to be honest with you, we weren't that good. I don't think we were that good. We punished them in the end for having 10 men, but for a long time when they had 10, we struggled to do much, and it wasn't until they completely lost their heads where we really put them to the sword. Now, we did put them to the sword. We maintained fourth place. We're on equal points with Manchester City at this point. In third, you could say joint third, but obviously goal difference, City are significantly better than us, although after today we're a lot closer than we were. I think we were 10 off before the game, maybe, so 6 or 7 off now, depending on where it was. I think we're just really good. We're just really good. And again, as much as a lot of these games happen and we don't quite play to our full capacity of winning, that won't last forever. It never lasts forever. At some point, that is going to catch up to us. At some point, we are going to not play to our best and we are going to lose. Yeah, Brentford was an example of that, right? It's going to happen more consistently at some point because performances are what generate points at the end of the day in the long term, and individual wins don't, right? If you want to put it in that term, the performance is the indicator for long-term success. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Today was a potential banana skin. We didn't slip. If anything, the banana skin got up, tried to attack us, and we still beat him off the park. Happy days. Happy days. Another big win, another big dub. I'm not complaining at all. I'll take that. And to be honest with you, I'll take that until the end of the season. If it means we get top 4, don't care. If it means we get top 6, don't care. I'll take that to the end of the season. But another good performance and then on to Genk, where hopefully a win and we're through there as well. Happy days. Happy days. On the scariest of evenings, we can sleep soundly in our beds knowing that we are massive. That we are bloody massive.
Hello chaps, just dialing in to give my thoughts on the Villa game. We're on a roll, we're on some roll. I mean, 10 games in, level on points with City. I think it's our best haul in the Premier League here after 10 games. Fantastic. Moyes can't do any wrong at the moment. Got the subs right. I think Ben Rama wasn't really doing it, and we were, even though they were down to 10 men, Villa were they were first to the ball in that early part of the second half after they'd had the man sent off, and they hit the bar, and I think Moyes knew he needed to do something, and I think Lanzini coming on really give us a bit more control in the game. And I'd like to think he's playing his way into contention, I think Ben Rama been a little bit quiet, and Lanzini's waiting in the wings. Obviously, he scored against Man United in the Cup. Come on, got an assist today. So I think he should definitely be well in contention to potentially start against Liverpool. From 1 to 11, striving for perfection. We've gone away, scored 4 goals, albeit against 10 men. Got the 3 points. There's still areas of improvement. I think when they went down to 10 men, we lost our way a little bit. I think we was trying to muck around with it. We thought we were just trying to toy with them, whereas they upped the intensity and we didn't. And starting from the beginning, obviously there was a lot of talk about should Ben Johnson keep his place. Don't get me wrong, I massively rate Kufau, probably the best right back in the league, or one of them last season. But if someone's coming in who's a defender, not conceding, he should stay in the team. And Ben Johnson, I'm really glad he did. He's got a left foot. We was playing him left back, so he's got that. He's shown today he's got the ability to cut in and have a dig, which that's an asset. There's areas of improvement in his game, but he's a young player and he's only going to get better. Obviously, they then pegged us back. Declan's come and hit one from sort of 25 yards that, quite frankly, the goalie probably should have saved, but it was right in the corner. But he's definitely got that in his locker. He's got a good shot on him. We then go into the second half, 2-1 up. I think it was a sending off. They've analysed it after the game. Oh, Bowen's going away from goal. He isn't going away from goal. Do you know what I mean? He's not going directly straight towards goal, but there was no real other covering defender. If Konza hadn't clipped him, he was through on goal, and I think that is a sending off. I also think House should have been sent off as well, but look, I'm not here to really get into that. Like I say, Fabianski makes a great save at 2-1, tips it onto the bar, and then, like I say, we lost our way a little bit. Villa were fair play to them, with 10 men, they really give us a good game. But then the last 10 minutes, we just took control. Antonio, I didn't think had his best game. I thought he was very quiet, and that's the thing. We've got no real competition for him. So I think when he's not playing well, it's difficult to mix it up. But he's done really well for the third goal, got his head onto it. Bowen's gone through, who, I don't think Bowen had his best game up until sort of the last 10 minutes. I thought his final ball was pretty poor generally, but he's gone through. Their goalie's made a save, but Fornell's great desire and intensity just to make sure he's in the right place at the right time and knock it in. And then the fourth goal, excellent team goal, nice passing to Antonio, showed his strength. Lovely pass to Lanzini, who made a good run, and then Bowen's in there as well. So I think all looking good. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers. We're sharing the goals around the team. And all credit to Moyes, what he's doing. Still areas of improvement. I think we can get better in possession from the back. But all in all, really great performance. Good position in the league. Liverpool next. Well, obviously we've got the European game, I think. So it'll be interesting what he does with the team there. And Liverpool, that was the one game in the last couple of seasons where we didn't really turn up against them at home last season. And I want us to go out there and give them a real good game. And I think if we're on our game, we can get a positive result. So that's all from me. Come on, you Irons.
Well, what a game we've just watched. Aston Villa away. I know we went up there last year at Villa Park, but it's not normally a happy hunting ground for us. I can remember seeing John Moncur score a winner in a relegation battle there back in about 95, 96, something like that. But it's not normally a place where we come away with 3 points, and certainly not so emphatically as we did today. I keep waiting for the wheels to come off. Great season last year. We've carried that on. We've not just carried it on. We've gone up another step this year, gone up to another level. Been fantastic all season, and I just keep waiting for the wheels to come off. And every game, as well as we're playing, I go in thinking we can't keep winning, and yet we do. First half, great start from Ben Johnson, cutting onto his left foot as well. Lovely finish. He's playing so well. Who would have thought, even just a few weeks ago, that he would be keeping Soufal out of the team? And maybe that's due to Soufal inching back in after his injury. But I'm sure that if Johnson hadn't played as well as he had recently, like he did against Man City, then Soufal would have been rushed straight back into the team. But Johnson, proving to be a really good player. Hopefully we can get his contract sorted out long term. Villa come back into it. And for their goal, I don't know if I'm being a bit harsh. I thought Fabs maybe could have done a little bit better. Was he got a boot to it? Was he a little bit slow getting across? He's been an absolutely fantastic servant for the club. He's been a best goalkeeper we've had for a long time. But age catches up with us all, and I'm starting to think with Areola have got across and got that the way, especially after the way he played Wednesday night. But certainly Fabs made up for it in the second half. Great save, finger tipped Watkins' header onto the bar. But then Rice puts us back in front. Great strike. He just gets better and better. I've been telling people about him for a while, and I really think that the way we're seeing him play this year, he's been let off the leash to get forward a bit more. And I know there's a conversation there. Has that affected Souček's game? Is that why Souček's not scored as many goals? I thought Souček was great today. His defensive clearances, his defensive headers from the long throw-ins, absolutely crucial. Because they can really cause trouble. But Rice just coming forward now. I don't think you can't just class him as a defensive midfield player anymore. I hope Gareth Southgate sees that as well, and gives him that licence to get forward a bit more. He's added goals to his game and assists. I could sit here all evening just raving about Declan Rice, but I'll move on. So second half, they put us under the cosh for a little bit. It wasn't the best performance today, which sounds ridiculous for us to come away from Villa Park with a 4-1 win and say we didn't play our best. Just shows you how well we're doing. We had the double sending off incident. Was it? Wasn't it? I think the first one, that the elbow smashed to the face, I certainly think he's got away with that. I thought that should have been a red. The second one, again, a red card. I mean, I know it seems harsh because it wasn't a bad a foul as the first one. Didn't look as bad, but Bowen was into the box, and I've seen Dean Smith's interview. He's saying that Ashley Young was covering. Bowen was into the box, and he would have got a shot off from there, without doubt. That was a goal scoring opportunity. The players knew what he was doing. He's brought him down from behind, and that's the laws of the game. That's a red card. So I think that they think they was unlucky to have one sent off. I think they was lucky not to have both sent off. And with things like that, I try and look at it without colour and blue glasses on. So, and then after that, Villa had a good spell, pushing forward, and we done well to weather that. But we come back into it, and they was always going to tire. With the extra man, they got to work that extra hard. They had to push forward because they was behind, and there was always going to be space at the back. And I said, Ruth, I was watching it with, I said, we're going to get space at the back as they push forward. We'll catch them on the counter, and we did twice. Absolutely can't praise the boys enough. There's things that could be improved on, a little bit sloppy in parts, but overall, 4-1 win at Villa Park. Let's keep it going. So, very happy boy this morning. Tonight, I'm going to toast the irons. Come on, you irons.